However, 1932 series is Babe's last, yet it produces his greatest moment.
Babe Ruth in 1932 either did or did not call his shot off Charlie Root.
Yeah. Oh, what a moment.
I'll never forget it. It was a tough series. Both clubs riding each other, doing everything to get each other's goat. Well, at this one particular time when I went to bat, Charlie Root was pitching.
The yelling from the Cub dugout was positively sulphurous, as well as from the fans. They were in on this. This was a Chicago crowd, and they were throwing things and yelling, and Ruth was standing in the batter's box, yelling back at them between pitches.
And the first pitch ball was a called strike. Well, I thought it was outside and didn't like it very much.
More yelling, back and forth. Strike two, more yelling.
Well, I didn't like that one either, so I let it go by. Well, I stepped down of the box, and by that time they were over there going crazy.
The volume coming from the stands was so loud that some of the Cub players were running out of the dugout and cupping their hands around their mouths to make sure Ruth heard them. And then he makes his famous gesture.
Well, I looked down at center field and I pointed. I said, I'm going to hit the next pitch ball right past the flagpole. Well, good Lord, it must have been with me.
The king of crash. The colossus of clout. The colossus of clout. Babe Ruth! The great Bambino!
What is going on, sports cars fans? Ray from Philly here. It is Friday night, April 14th. It's Friday night vintage, and I'm stoked because this is a card for my 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne PSA set registry. This is also a PSA reveal. I bought this card raw from my LCS owner back in February, paid it off at the end of February, sent it in March to get graded, and it came back within 20 days. So in the past few months, everything that I've sent to PSA has gotten back in less than a month. They're flying right now. They're just zooming right along, much, much faster than they've ever been before. The prices are coming down. So, you know, PSA is the best without a doubt. And I'm glad I stuck with them when everybody was jumping ship. Here is the PSA box. It's a reveal. There's actually two cards in here. I'm only showing the one tonight that's part of the 300 set. Tomorrow I'll be back to show the other card. So this card, I was a little disappointed. I already know what the grade it got. I thought this card would get like a 3, possibly even a 4. But it's a 1948 Swell Babe dramatic home run, a Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, and a PSA 1. So I was a little surprised at the grade on this because it looks really, really well. And you'll see when I give you a closer look and flip the camera around, and you won't have any glare, and you'll see this card has no creases in it, has no pen marks, no paper loss. But I don't care. I mean, when you get a vintage card, say before 1960, before 1950, the older it is, the more money it's going to be. And I've been telling people for the past couple of years, don't be afraid to buy a PSA 1. PSA 1 cards are, especially for vintage, you can't beat the price on them. You're going to save a lot of money on getting a 1. And there's ones out there that look like this. I mean, there's ones out there that look like rags, that look like they've been backed up twice by a truck. And then there's ones out there that look like this, that look great. And if they look like this, I have no problem with it. So I highly recommend, when it comes to old vintage cards, if you can't get a Hank Aaron rookie or a Clemente rookie, look at a 1. And if it looks good, if it presents well like this, get a 1 without a doubt. I told a story about this bubblegum factory, Swell Sports Thrills. I think I showed you before. It says it's from Havertown, PA. Havertown, PA is a town right next door to me. When I used to get home from school, I used to walk by there, and you could smell the bubble gum and the candy. It was just like euphoric. It was a great smell. But glad to add this card. This is also my 209th card for the PSA set registry for the, you guessed it, the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne. So one more card to a nice round number of 210. So glad to add this. This was a picture of when Ruth called his shot in the 1932 World Series. This is him when he was crossing home plate. Lou Gehrig was there to greet him. So absolutely stoked to add this card. 209th card of the set. So I'm going to flip the phone around, or the camera around, and give you guys a closer look, and you should be able to tell yourselves that this really doesn't look like a 1. I thought it would be a 3 with even a shot at a 4. I'm usually, if I'm off by a grade lower or 1 grade higher. I've never been off by this much, by 2 grades. I thought it really would get at least a 3. But you'll see, I'll give you a closer look. The centering's perfect. There's no creases. There's no paper loss. It has to be something under the loop that's on the surface. I mean, it is a 1948 card. But hold on a second. Let's get a closer look at this card.
All right, and we're back. So now you're going to be able to see how nice this card really looks. Now, you tell me. I don't know, maybe you can see what I can't see, but there's no creases anywhere. There's a slight crease right over here. There's no marks or paper loss. Here's the back. And as you can see, like I told you, Swell Bubblegum, Havertown, PA, right next door to me. There's no paper loss on here. There's no print defects. There's no major creases. Centering is really, really good. So I'm not sure, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Like I said, when it comes to older cards from before 1960, before 1950, if it's a PSA 1, there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all about ownership at this point when you're getting to older cards at an expensive price. It's just, I always tell someone, if someone has a 68 Topps Nolan Ryan rookie and a PSA 8 and I have it in a 4, I always say, guess what? It's the same card. So it doesn't matter the grade. I mean, of course you would love a higher grade, but when it comes to older cards, it really, really doesn't matter. So I'm going to get the book right now. I actually left it on the other side. So hold on one second. Let me grab the book. All right. Left the book on the other side of the room. So let's get to the book over here. So stoked to add this. I mean, this is my oldest Babe Ruth card. I do have one from 62, but this is a 48, so I'm just thrilled to have that. Hopefully someday I'll get one in the playing days. 48 Swell. Could be over here. Nope. Could be over here. Here we go. Let's take a look at this page over here. I do have that Melot, the 41 Gowdy. I do have the 41 Play Ball Charlie Gehringer. This I'm hoping to get pretty soon. But let's read what Mr. Payne says about the 48 Swell Gum Sports Thrills number 12. This card from a set of 20 baseball thrills honors Babe Ruth's alleged called shot. Whether that really happened or not is up for debate and probably will be forever. What we do know for sure is that this is a card picturing Ruth and Lou Gehrig, and that's swell. So, yeah, it's also, I forgot to mention that this is a picture of Ruth after the called shot in the 1932 World Series. This is him crossing home plate. What's cool about this set is that there's also a Jackie Robinson card on this, and a lot of people will say the 48 Leaf is his rookie card, or 49 Bowman, and there's Bond Bread, which is 47, but there's a 48 Swell Sports Thrill card, which probably of all the other somewhat rookie cards of Jackie Robinson, it's probably the most affordable one, so maybe people should take a look at the 48 Swell Jackie Robinson. But there it is. Card 209 for the 300 Great Baseball Cards of the 20th Century by Mike Payne, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Swell Sports Thrills. Thanks a lot again, guys, for tuning in. Make sure you tune in. Tomorrow I'm going to do a PSA reveal number 2 for the other card that I submitted to PSA. Until then, guys, like I say, have fun with it. See you real soon.